Hello. So we had started our notes on Hercules, and we're going to continue today. And where we left off, you'll remember that uh, the real Amphitryon, Alcmene's husband, the real Amphitryon, had returned to find that, oh, wait, she's already had relations. She had relations with Zeus, although she believed it was actually her husband because Zeus pretended to be her husband, Amphitryon. So Amphitryon, believing that she's just telling him a story and that she actually cheated on him, as we said, decides to burn her on an altar. He tries this 3 times, and every time it rains to put out the fire. Now, on that last time, he kind of notices, wait a minute, my house is the only house nearby where there's any rain, right? My neighbor's got sunny skies. My other neighbor has sunny skies. I'm the only one getting the rain. So he says, okay, there must be something to this. I probably should find out, what's going on with the gods. Am I offending somebody? Now, normally you could go to the oracle, of course, but right there in town, in Thebes, there is Tiresias, the blind prophet of Thebes. Now, he's come up a couple times. He's in the Oedipus story, and he's also in the story of Dionysus and Pentheus. But anyway, he's kind of a guy that can help you out if you can't or don't want to go all the way to the oracle. And so Amphitryon says, hey, what's up with this situation? And Tiresias says, well, Zeus is the one that had relations with your wife, and there's really not much you can do about that. And she is pregnant with his child. And so Amphitryon takes her home, and they end up having relations, and she gets pregnant by both Zeus and her husband, Amphitryon. Now, the interesting thing is, I did not think this was possible biologically. I mean, now, somewhere in the course of teaching mythology, I had a student who informed me that cats can do this. Cats can have a litter where there are different dads to the different kittens. But one year, a student said, I think this can happen with humans. And I said, well, talk to the science department, which they did. And sure enough, it's not a common thing, but there is a thing where you can have a multiple children but different dads in the same pregnancy, and it is referred to as heteropaternal superfecundation, which is, wow, what a crazy word. Hetero meaning different, pater meaning dad, so different dads. Fecund has to do with being pregnant, and super is beyond pregnant, meaning you're pregnant with more than one child. So anyway, I ran into a student once, former student out and about, just out in the community, and this was one of the things he remembered from mythology class was heteropaternal superfecundation. So go figure. Anyway, so Zeus, so Alcmene's pregnant with Hercules, and Zeus, it's getting close to the time, and Zeus boasts, hey, there is a prophecy that my descendant who is born today will rule Greece. And he's very excited about this. And of course, who does he boast to about this? Hera. And very bad idea because, of course, as you now know, Hercules is not Hera's child, right? Contrary to the animated Disney movie, that is not her child. And so she's angry, and she decides, you know what? I'm going to prevent his birth, because it's obvious who Zeus is referring to. And so she decides, we're going to prevent his birth, even though he's 9 months along, and we're going to hurry up the birth of a baby named Eurystheus, who happens to be Hercules' cousin, also a descendant of Zeus, technically. And he's only 7 months along. So she says, I'm going to cause Eurystheus to be born early and before Hercules, so that he's the one who will rule Greece instead of Hercules, which is what Zeus is thinking is going to happen, is hoping is going to happen. So Hera gets in touch with her daughter, the goddess of childbirth. If you remember early on in the course, we talked about the fact that Zeus and Hera have 4 kids, Hephaestus, Ares, Hebe, and Eileithyia. And I told you that the daughters, Eileithyia and Hebe, we would put on the shelf until the Hercules story. And now here we are. And next time we'll talk about what Eileithyia does.